Telling you, practice speaking, listening, and put yourself in environments with people who are better than you. Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to be telling you why using Duolingo to learn languages does not work. And Duolingo is actually a waste of time if you want to get fluent and proficient in a language. So I started to use Duolingo when I was still learning English. I wasn't good, I would say. I was upper intermediate. I was able to. I was actually just a little bit better at simple communication and just basic things you would want to say to people outside. I could go buy groceries, but I wanted to improve my English. I just felt like it just wasn't enough, and as I wanted to progress, it came to me, oh, why don't I just download an app that I can use? And then I went to YouTube and started looking for apps that I could use to learn languages. And then Duolingo came up, so I started to use it. And I'm not gonna lie, Duolingo is fun. It is actually because it's a game, ultimately that's a game. It's really good in terms of like keeping you entertained and giving you that dopamine. Like when you get that ding ticks, like when you get an answer right, it actually gives you, that vibe. Like, yeah, I'm progressing, I'm doing something. But here's the problem. I felt like as I was progressing in Duolingo, I could not put to practice the things I was learning there, because you would have sentences like Maria is a girl and John is a boy. Okay, but when exactly are you going to use those sentences in daily life? Like when you want to talk to a native speaker, when you want to talk to somebody at work, are you ever going to use that? And the answer is ultimately no, you're never going to use that. So it really never worked for me, Duolingo is, for me, it's surprising because it is so outspread. A lot of people recommend it, but you will never actually find people who learned English to fluency by using Duolingo. It does not work, guys. I am not lying to you. There is no cap. It just doesn't work. It's fun. It's entertaining, but repeating sentences, like even to speak, the sentences it tells you to repeat. Those sentences are not useful for daily conversations for one reason. For first reason, second reason, you don't get a lot of those. There's not much speaking practice. You have input, but it's not even usable input. It's games. There's ads. You have to pay premium, and even if you do pay premium, because I had the free trial version, I never actually paid. But when I actually did use the premium version, it didn't change anything. Nothing was there, So I stopped using Duolingo for learning English. But then after a few months, I got an interest in French and Russian and Japanese. So guess where I went? I went to Duolingo again, and I was using it. I used Duolingo for French, first for Russian, did not work. And then for Japanese, did not work again. And then for French, I used it for, I'm going to say, about 3 months. And I was able to learn, basic expressions like, like how to say bakery, asking for directions to the bakery, what is a restaurant, and how to say boy and girl in French. But it is not something you will use in daily conversations, and it is not going to take you to fluency. It is not going to take you to another level. Can you hear the way I am speaking English? This is pretty good. This is actually really, really good. I get a lot of compliments from Americans, from British people, from South Africans about my English, but this is not the product of Duolingo. And I'm telling you that you can speak like me. You can also do this. I can use my English for work, for travel, and I get along. I don't have to look for words in my head. Why? Because I used another strategy to learn English. And which strategy is that, you might be asking? Oh, now I can help you. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to switch places. There's people there, so that would have been a distraction, but I'm gonna tell you again. my strategy for becoming fluent in English was mostly based on a different type of input, real input, because when you use an app to learn a language, that is designed to keep you on the platform, keep you playing. They don't really care much about your fluency, your results. As long as you paid premium, as long as you watch those ads, they're making money. And you're not changing, you're not going further. I'm not saying do not use any apps to learn. I'm just saying find a strategy that is better, that is going to work, and not waste your time with I'm sorry, with just little bits of dopamine, So, how do you become fluent? Get a strategy that is going to input you with real English. Get a classroom with people who are better than you. Never ever learn a language or English with people who are on the same level or lower than you. You will have to find people who are better so you can have challenge, You have to be with somebody who is going to correct you, somebody who's going to tell you, oh man, what you're saying, what you're doing is wrong. You don't say it this way, you say it another way. Here's a better way of saying this, So that's what you do. Even now, I'm friends with native speakers, I have made friends in America. I've made friends in the UK, and these are people. I'm sorry if you can hear any noise there. I think people are cutting some trees, but you have to make friends with people who are going to make you better, who are going to challenge you. My friends in the UK, they can tell me, oh, man, what you said there is not grammatically accurate, or we just don't say it like that. There is a different and better way of saying it, So that is what I'm recommending you to do. Do that, memorize a lot of vocabulary, and speak with people, speak alone, speak with your teachers, with your colleagues, with your friends at work. Listen to a lot of podcasts, watch a lot of movies. Just keep bringing input. Babies learn a language without learning to write. I took an eternity to learn to read and write in English, Even to this day, I'm not 100% good at writing English. Sometimes I'm like writing something in English and I don't know how to write it. I don't like which letter comes first. Oh, do you put a Z or an S? Is it a C or an S? I don't know. But if you put me in a place where I have to speak English with highly proficient people, I'm there and I can do it. And I'm here to tell you that you can do it too. So get a notebook, an exercise book where you can write the words you learn, the new ones. And at the end of the day, you're going to write what? A summary or a little story using those same words. Let's just say you learned how to say travel. You learned how to say beach. You learned how to say potatoes. And you learned how to say, let's just say, the bushes, So you invent a little story, maybe like 2 or 3 paragraphs long, and you're gonna say something like, my family and I were traveling last month to Europe, and we went to this place. There was a lot of bushes, and there was a beach nearby. So in the beach, they were selling mashed potatoes. So that's what we ate for lunch. It might not be the best story out there, but at least you're putting something out. You're making your brain put something out instead of just receiving. It's like grammar. I'm going to tell you, grammar does not work. You can spend eternity learning how to conjugate verbs, the present simple, the past progressive, everything. You can be a master of that. But if you don't practice, if you don't output your English, you are never going to become better or good at it, So I'm telling you, practice speaking, listening, and put yourself in environments with people who are better than you. Never learn from people who are on the same level as you or are like on a lower level, So you will have to become better, So I don't think I have anything more to say. If you guys have any questions, anything to say in the comments, please put it in there. And I like making these videos. I just like walking. It's a wonderful place. I live in Mozambique, a country in Africa. If you'd like for me to make videos showing more of my surroundings, I could do that. And this is actually a place where people play soccer, you know. It's very rough. It's very rough because here you don't have a lot of equipment. There's no grass, and not even the artificial one. So it's pretty rough, and it is an overall wonderful place. So if you like for me to make more videos like this and showing a little bit of the life here, as well as teaching you guys English, just tell me in the comments. And I believe in you. I believe in the strategy I'm giving you because it works. It worked for me, and I want it to work for you. So do it. I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye.